Hi and good morning. John D. RN here. It's my day off, but wanted to express this for all new nurses and nurses currently out there in the field. Take care of yourself. We as nurses, we're not the best at taking care of ourselves. There's so much repetitive stress injury that's around us that don't let the duty overtake who you are. And the way that I mean that is practice your craft as safely as possible. I've heard of too many people having injuries all last year and this year. I've had my fair share of injuries, nursing related, non-nursing related. Some that were from a catastrophic level, and some that just brewed over time, which I will be sharing on this channel over time. But yeah, today's my day off. I'm trying to catch up on what I need to do for my own health. I'm gonna get some x-rays done, just to double check on my spine. But yeah, I'm not injured per se, but take care of yourself. There's a lot of hidden dangers in nursing or the healthcare field that isn't magnified enough. Everybody's so focused on we need to help everyone, but also help yourself. Make sure you're doing things correctly. Don't rely on your own doing. It takes a community to help save a life or help take care of a life. You can't do this on your own. When I was a younger nurse, especially being a male, you get asked a lot, hey, can you help me lift this patient? Can you help me lift that patient? Can you help me, move this equipment? And granted, I was strong at that time and capable. But what you don't know on the back end is that you can be damaging yourself without knowing it. So having a healthy body is very important. Yeah, that's just one of many things that I've seen nurses get injured over. Falls is another big one. Wear the right shoes when you're in the hospital. When you're out and about here in home health, wear non-slip leather shoes. Don't wear, shoes that don't provide you traction or arch supports or heel cups. That may seem comfortable in a stationary state, but when you're there to work, you should be wearing the proper attire. Perfect example is my son when he was working in the food industry. I didn't know this, but I learned. He brought up to me, oh, can you help buy me some, work-related shoes, non-slip shoes? I was thinking, well, why would you need non-slip shoes in the food industry? And he explained to me all of why. I mean, the back kitchen is not what you think it is. Food's flying all over the place. Risks for random slips, trips and falls. Knives can fall on the floor. Just a lot of different variables. It's no different for nursing. Hospital floors get slippery. when you're out here in the field, you, especially now during this winter time, you worry about black ice, slippery water gates that are on the streets, or manhole covers, wobbly stairs, or you could deal with hoarding situations where patients have just encumbered too much stuff that can fall and entrap you. There's just a lot. But yeah, take care of yourself. We get exposed to a lot of things that you wouldn't really think of that will affect you. You know, be mindful of the homes you go into. Do you notice mold growing on the ceiling? Have some N95 masks ready to go. Are you taking care of a patient who's a heavy smoker? That's another thing. Pets is also another thing. I got some stories about some pets. Oh my gosh. That's for another time. But yeah, here on my day off and just thinking about the safety portion of things, because I'm going to some doctor's appointments now just to maintain my own health. And it's important. Take care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, who is? There's this example that I bring up to patients all the time, especially caregivers that are taking care of a loved one, to help them put in perspective how they should approach things. Because all in all, things will learn, or not will learn, but things will inevitably sort themselves out the way that they need to. Not everything has to be done by your own hand. But so this example came to me when I was flying. We went to go to a trip some odd years ago, pre-COVID, and the flight stewardess was talking about the masking procedures at high altitude, where, you know, we lose cabin pressure, the masks come down, you have a kid with you, who do you put the mask on first? And instinctually you think to yourself, oh, you should put it on the kid first, because you got to save lives before you save your own. But how the flight stewardess framed it is, put your own gas mask on first before you start helping out others. How are you of any use to anyone if you're not of any use to yourself first? And metaphorically in life, if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to be able to take care of others? I may have been able to lessen some of the damage in my own life physically, or, you know, the mental stress and all that, if I would have thought to pump the brakes a little bit and slow down. But you don't know until you know. And I'm telling all you younger nurses now who are in the craft or starting to get into the craft, stress is inevitable. Physical stress, mental stress, relationship stress, internalized stress. Stress is everywhere. So how are you going to be able to put on your own metaphorical gas mask? How are you going to create ways to give yourself that me time? Funny enough, a song I was listening to Kendrick Lamar was saying, we all have the same 24. What are you mad for? And it just rings a bell that, hey, you know, everybody says they don't have time, but in reality, we've never had time. So make time. Make time for yourself. It's possible. If you're able to sleep, then you have the ability to make time for yourself. You just have to find it. But yeah, just some food for thought today. Take care of yourselves. Put on your own metaphorical gas mask before you start helping others. Because the healthier you are, the better you are for everyone else and yourself. Thank you for listening. My name is John D. Stay tuned.